here at Warwick University with Warwick Stands with Palestine, which had a post on Twitter and on Instagram that's gone pretty viral about their camp that they've got here. And I'm just going to interview one of the people behind it. The first thing I have to ask you is, why are you why can't I see your face and stuff?
With my face and the masks that people were wearing, I think we're intensely aware of the repression that's happening across campuses all over the world, quite frankly. But we're here today, we're strategically escalating with the university. They have ignored all attempts to negotiate, SU motions, protests, sit-ins, open letters. We've done countless things, and the university has more or less declined and rejected any chance to negotiate their ties with the genocidal Israeli regime. The various departments at this university have ties with the arms industry, with defense contractors, firms like BAE Systems, Rolls-Royce, Moog, who will conduct research at this university and will teach students in classrooms for them to be brought into the imperial war machine to do research and create bombs, create weaponry, create warplanes for genocidal regimes like the one that we're seeing in Israel right now.
So Warwick University is actually pretty central to the whole war effort that Israel's putting into killing tens of thousands of people. And we've seen protests on the news from the United States. I mean, this is the first such protest that I've noticed in the country here. What is this? Were you inspired in any way by the American one, or was it something that American ones, or was it something that you had been planning before?
First thing I'd like to say is that universities in the UK have been escalating. For example, there were students at UCL who led over a month-long occupation. Students at Goldsmiths did much the same. And we're just thinking about Gaza at this current moment. And we are escalating in response to that. Colombia and the protests happening in America and all over the world, quite frankly, are signs of students rising up. But we're rising up because of the genocide happening in Gaza, and because of our institutions' complicity in that, and because of their lack of willingness to even engage protesters, to engage the popular will of students. I mean, we've had countless motions. Open letters have received thousands of signatures when you combine them all together. So we are escalating right now for Gaza. What's happening in America has invigorated us for sure, but all eyes on Gaza at this current moment, I'd say.
Right, and I mean, you just had a talk about prevent strategy, and obviously you're wearing a mask. I mean, people have made parallels with the 1960s protest movement there, with students in this country, in America. But they weren't in that situation where they had to disguise who they were and all that stuff. I mean, is this it's pretty terrifying for people, who just want to express their opinion and stuff? What's your views on the repression and censorship that you've got here?
Yeah, it's insane, There has been a massive increase in the level of repression, people being doxxed. Less so on this campus, but on other campuses in the UK, and particularly in America. There was always the fear of being doxxed.
Can you explain what dox means? Sorry, people might not know.
Yeah, of course. So doxing is when someone's identity is basically unveiled and projected into the world with the attempt of trying to reduce the ability for them to get a job or have housing or whatever. So it really reduces their material conditions. But yeah, there's been a massive rise in Islamophobia, anti-Palestinian racism, and it's not surprised that protesters want to wear masks when these are the realities. People are securitized, they're worried about their safety, people are being attacked, they're being doxxed, and we're just trying to stay safe as possible. But we're obviously trying to open up the space, as many people who want to come as possible, because we realize only a mass movement is going to topple our institutions' complicity with genocide.
And do you have support from the university staff? Is it just students, or is it more general?
No, the staff have always been great. Staff are the backbone of our movement. They have a permanence in the space that students don't. They're always here to support us, and we really appreciate staff. They're always doing the most for us, making sure that we have all the things we need: food, water, and delivering amazing teach outs and invigorating us as well, quite frankly. So yeah, we really appreciate our staff here.
And you mentioned obviously a bit earlier about the other universities and colleges that are protesting in different ways, or have in the past few months. Is there a link going on between Warwick and other universities? Can you imagine the same sort of thing as happening in the United States?
I think we're in different contexts. I think there is national coordination in the UK, and students are rallying all over the country and have been rallying all over the country, escalating to try and get divestment from companies and institutions that support the Israeli regime. But look, there's definitely more work to be done. There's always more work to be done. Trying to build coalitions on campus, trying to broaden try and bring more people into the movement, basically. And I think it's something that's going to take time, but we're using the moments like this to mobilize, and then we're going to be bringing people into organizing structures and decision-making structures so that we can reproduce the movement and build something even bigger. So, who knows? One day we may have a Colombian encampment of our own, but ultimately it's not about reproducing work. It's not about replicating work. We're escalating in our own local context, and that's going to be happening nationally as well. So yeah.